The jury hereby find the defendant guilty.
No!
They convicted her of killing her husband, but no one could explain how he died. By the end of 2022, a courtroom delivered a verdict that stunned even veteran investigators. A man was convicted of murder, but no one could say how the victim died, or where the body was, or even when the crime happened. That's what made this case different. Jason Mitchell was 34, a warehouse supervisor, married, 2 kids, no criminal record, the kind of man neighbors described as quiet and routine. And then, one night, he vanished. No goodbye, no warning, no trace. It started on a rainy Thursday evening. Jason clocked out at 9:12 p.m. Security cameras showed him leaving work alone. Hood up, phone in hand. He never made a home. His wife, Karen, reported him missing the next morning. She said he always texted, always called, even when running late. That night, nothing. Police initially treated it as a voluntary disappearance. Adults leave all the time, they said, but then the details stopped adding up. Jason's truck was found 3 days later, parked neatly behind a closed shopping plaza. Doors locked, keys missing. Inside the truck, his wallet, cash untouched, work badge still clipped inside. But his phone was gone, and so was Jason. Investigators dug into his life. No gambling debts, no affairs, no secret accounts. But there was tension at home. Friends told police Jason and Karen had been arguing about money, about stress, about someone Jason didn't trust. That's when the spotlight turned, not on a stranger, but on his wife. Karen Mitchell said she was home all night, said Jason never came back, said she went to sleep around 11, but phone records showed something else. At 11:47 p.m., Karen's phone pinged near the shopping plaza where Jason's truck was found. She said it was a mistake, a GPS error, a dropped signal. Police wrote it down and kept digging. Then came a neighbor, a man who lived 2 houses down. He said he heard shouting that night, a man's voice, a woman yelling. He couldn't make out words, but he remembered one thing clearly, a car speeding away. Karen said she heard nothing, said she was asleep. Another inconsistency. Months passed. No body surfaced. No blood. No forensic evidence of violence. The case went cold until a surprise arrest in late 2022. Karen Mitchell was charged with murder. The announcement shocked the town. How can you charge someone without a body? That question echoed everywhere. The prosecution had a theory. They said Jason came home that night. An argument erupted. It turned violent. Karen panicked. They claimed she disposed of his body so thoroughly it would never be found. No location, no method, just motive and circumstance. The trial moved fast. Too fast, some said. Prosecutors leaned heavily on circumstantial evidence. Phone pings, marital tension, the neighbor's testimony. They said Karen searched disturbing phrases online. How long before a missing person is presumed dead? How to clean car upholstery. Karen said she was desperate, looking for answers, looking for hope. The defense argued the obvious. No body, no cause of death, no crime scene. They suggested Jason could still be alive, or that someone else intercepted him that night. But then came the moment that shifted everything. A surprise witness, a co-worker from Jason's job. He testified that Jason had been scared, not his wife, of someone at work. Jason believed he was being followed, that someone knew his schedule, that someone wanted him gone. Police had never investigated this lead. The jury heard anyway. Still, after only 5 hours of deliberation, they reached a verdict. Guilty. Karen Mitchell collapsed. Her family screamed. Jason's parents sat frozen in shock. A woman convicted of killing her husband with no body, no murder weapon, no timeline that fully made sense. The case was closed. Officially. But questions refused to die. True crime forums lit up. Journalists began pulling records. That's when the first crack appeared. The phone ping data. An independent analyst revealed the tower coverage area was far larger than the jury was told. Karen's phone could have been anywhere within miles. not necessarily near Jason's truck. That detail was never clarified at trial. Then came something worse. Jason's phone. It hadn't gone silent immediately. Records showed brief activity nearly 24 hours after his disappearance. A short data connection. No calls. No messages. Just enough to raise one terrifying question. If Jason's phone was active, who had it? And then, a year later, a tip came in. Anonymous. Simple. Check the storage units near the old rail yard. Police hadn't. They went anyway. What they found changed everything. Inside one unit were work boots, a jacket matching Jason's, and a prepaid phone. Not registered to Karen. Not registered to Jason. Someone else. The unit was rented under a fake name. Paid in cash. Right after Jason vanished. Prosecutors called it coincidence. The defense called it reasonable doubt. Appeals began. Media pressure exploded. And one final revelation pushed the case back into the spotlight. A man at Jason's workplace had vanished too. 2 weeks after Jason. No notice. No forwarding address. Just gone. The case was reopened quietly. No press conference. No apology. Karen Mitchell remains in prison today, still claiming innocence. Jason Mitchell has never been found, dead or alive. And the most haunting question remains unanswered. Was an innocent woman convicted of a murder that never happened? Or is the truth about Jason Mitchell still buried, waiting for someone to uncover it?